Hello, my name is Michael Kornkevich, and this is my video explanation of the e-learning module I created on the brain, learning, and autism spectrum disorders. I approached this task by first creating a storyboard in Google Slides based on the design brief. Creating a storyboard really helps me to focus on the project and organize the learning objectives in a clear and coherent manner. I decided to change the sequence of learning goals to make the lesson flow more logically by starting with identifying the parts of the brain and their functions, then moving into brain-based learning. Once these objectives are met, the learner then moves into learning about ASD, having already been scaffolded with the knowledge of how the brain works. If I were part of a team, another instructional designer could then take this storyboard and translate it into the actual learning module, or at least collaborate together on the project. Once the storyboard was completed, I began my search for source materials. I tried to find the most relevant videos that clearly illustrated the main learning objectives in the design brief. I needed to edit those videos a bit to eliminate the irrelevant parts, and I did this in iMovie. In a real-life setting, it would be better to employ the use of a videographer to develop original videos that would be more closely aligned with the specific learning objectives. I tried to find an image of the human brain that included all the parts listed in a design brief. It was difficult to find an image that also included the amygdala, as the part is located within the brain. I found a good image of the brain and also another image of the amygdala. I used the lasso tool in Photoshop to isolate the amygdala and then copied and pasted it into the image of the brain. I then set the opacity to 65% in an attempt to create a visual effect of it being inside the brain. In a real-life setting, this task would be better taken on by a graphic designer. Once I had my images and videos, I decided to create the learning module using Adobe Captivate, as this tool seemed the best fit for the task at hand. I thought it would be best to follow each video with a comprehension quiz to measure the success of the learning taking place. I used a matching quiz, a hotspot activity, and some multiple choice questions to accomplish this. The learner also has a choice to review their performance at the end of the lesson. Finally, I published my module as a SCORM object and configured it to run on Moodle, which is the LMS that I have installed on my server that I use for my professional portfolio.